Hey guys, how you doing? Good to be back. Hope everybody's well. Today we are going to be making some homemade boilies, and I think you're going to like it. It's good. You should try it. If you like your carp fishing, you should try it. There's no better feeling than catching a carp on a bait that you made. Very simple recipe. There are limitless recipes for making your own boilies, so you don't have to stick to this one. But this one I found is the simplest, and the basic ingredients is cereal. I'll go into that in a minute, but you basically need what? 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients, and you've got boilies. So we're going to get into that. What I was hoping to do was make these boilies, add this video to the beginning of a video where I actually go fishing for carp with these boilies, because I've got 3 days off this week. That's the way the shifts work. But I looked at my weather app and it said the temperatures are below Brett's operating temperatures. Too cold. So unless we have a break in the weather, you know me now, if you saw the last video, I'm pants. I can't deal with the cold anymore. I just ain't got the gear. But hey ho, talk to that. Hold on. I had a lot of comments about my hat that my sister knitted me. Well, I've had an upgrade. She knitted me a match of the scarf. Woo! How awesome is that? I'm going to have to start selling these for her. Earn a bit of commission. But yeah. Super. If she weren't my sister, I'd ask her to knit me some pants. You know what I need? I need thermals. That's what I need. I need thermals. Thermal, I was going to say leggings then, but that's a bit girly, isn't it? Thermal trousers, bottoms, thermal top. I used to have a set when I was younger. I don't know why, because when I was younger I didn't feel the cold. But I always found them a bit clingy. And that don't bode well when you're 50 and your body ain't like it was when you were 20. Anyway, let's get back to boilie making, because I'm rambling now. Shredded wheat is that's my base ingredient, alright? And I only bought these for making boilies. You won't catch me eating them. Horrible things. It's like eating a bale of hay. But who eats these? They must still do, because they're still making them. But yeah, so they come in these little thingies, which is quite cool, because I'm going to scrunch them up while they're in the bag. If you've got a processor or a blender or something, whiz them up in that, but they don't have to be in a powder. So I'm going to, also I'm going to chuck in, because I've got a little bit left over. My sister actually bought these. Oh, she's a diamond, my sister. She just turned up the house and went, "Boy, some honey nut cornflakes." But I don't have them for breakfast. I just sit there munching on them while I'm watching YouTube videos. But another flavour, bit of sweetness, because this is going to be a sweet boilie. So I'm going to scrunch them up and put them in the mix as well. The actual flavourings I'm going for. Now you can do anything. You can, where is it? I used this before, hot chili powder. Just don't touch your eyeballs after you've been using this, because you'll be in pain, see? I know, because I did it. I've done garlic, where I had garlic powder or garlic granules in there. You can use food flavourings, anything you want, right? Today, I'm going for, I was going to say strawberry, but I picked up the wrong packet. Raspberry. This is a powder. This is the stuff that you make jelly out of. But it's cool, it's a powder. Goes in there. Flavour. We're going to have raspberry. I thought it was just strawberry. Raspberry. Anyway, I'm going to scrunch these up and put them in a bowl, and you do what we hear and that, and then I'll bring you back. If you get any bits, you know, chunks, just break them up. Not that it really matters, but alright. So while that's doing nothing, sitting there, you need to get a couple of eggs ready, right? See that one-handed job? Gordon Ramsay, yahoo. Except I ain't got a towel. Okay. Just mix them up. All the best chefs are men. Once the ladies start commenting. Right. Now, also, into the dry mix, you need flour. You can use several types of flour, all-purpose flour, wheat flour, bread flour. Basically, flour's got gluten in it, right? So, let me bring you down, because you can't see, can you? Alright, so, let's get our strawberry in. No, raspberry. I'm going to put both of these in there. What I'll probably do as well, when I make my ground bait, because I make my own ground bait, as you know, I'll get another sachet of this and put that in the ground bait as well. That's in there. I might also, just for a bit of sweetness, add a bit of sugar. Thank you. Mix all that up. Now we're going to put the flour in, and I'm not going to put that much in. 1, 2, 3. Mix all that up. Then ingle the eggs. Right, I'm wearing my doctor's gloves just to save on clean up. You don't have to wear these, obviously. I don't know about you, but I always crap myself when the doctor comes towards me wearing these. So, we're just going to start mixing. Right in there, in the undergrowth. Who used to say that? In the undergrowth. Jeremy, no, not Jeremy Beadle, what am I talking about? David Bellamy. That was him. Do you remember them programs when you were a kid? I miss all that. I miss the 80s so bad. I reminisce about it all the time. In the undergrowth. After that, you had John Craven's News Round. It's funny, isn't it? Back in the late 70s and early 80s, we only had 3 channels, but every program that was on them was ace. Now I've got 300 channels, so I can't find anything I want to watch. That's why I watch YouTube. Right, we're going to add a bit more flour. Oops, without the spoon. This needs to be like a dough consistency, right? I'll bring you back here in a minute. You know, like as if you're making bread or pizza dough or something. You want sort of pliable, but not sticking to you like this. But yeah, all the programs back then, and the whole family could watch them. Game shows were brilliant. Generation Game. Play your cards right. Bullseye. Yeah, one. Set of soccer stars. All that stuff, I used to love that. Then in 1982, I think, Channel 4 arrived. We had 4 channels, everyone went mental. Do you remember what the first programme was that ever aired on Channel 4? I'll give you a second. Bit of TV knowledge for you, bit in case you get that down the pub quiz. No? Countdown. That's still going. Right, let me show you what's going on here. We're nearly there, to be honest with you. Just a little bit sticky, you see? But we're getting there. Just keep kneading it, folding it over. Bit of work out this. Alright. Touch more. I'm just going to put a touch more flour in, not much. Then I'll bring you back. But you can already see, look at that. Mahoosive boilie. Alright. So here we have it, look. Not sticking to my fingers or anything like that. This is basically it. Now we've got the boring bit, which is rolling them out. Oh, by the way, if while you're mixing it you think you've gone a bit too dry and you need to add some moisture, I've heard that you should avoid using tap water because of the chlorine in it. Apparently the fish don't like it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Might just have been some dude trying to sell his own brand of bottled water. I don't know. But apparently it's a thing. So use bottled water or rainwater or flavoured water. Use some Ribena. Who cares? It's flavour. So we're now going to start rolling these. Excuse me. This is laborious. What you should do really is get one of those little roller machines. You can pick them up on Amazon for 15, 20 quid. There's 2 reasons why I don't do it. Right, look at that. Lovely little body. There's 2 reasons why I don't do it. One, I mean it would be, you know, less time, less mucking about. But I don't know why, in my head, a perfectly round boilie, what fish in its own environment eats anything that's perfectly round? Might be just me overthinking, but I actually do different shapes. I'll put little points on it, or do a square one, through the round window, whatever. And remember, when you are doing it by hand, think about the size you're doing, because depending on what size hook you use on your hair rig, You don't want too big, do you? Or too small, whatever. But that is about, I don't know, 12 to 15 mil. But I do different sizes. There's a bit smaller one there, because the hair rigs I use, depending on where I'm fishing, I use size 10, 8 and 6. So none of them are monstrous and none of them are miniature. But yeah, you've got to think about what size hook you're using. When I first did them, I made these boulders. And I think you'd need a great white to go and pick one of them. But look, it's just, you know what, if you've got kids, get the kids involved. You know, I'll give you a bag of sweets if you sit here rolling these out. Get them involved, get them out, get them fishing with you. Kids today, they're all like in their bedrooms. They come home from school and just hibernate. I took my, I'll show you a couple of pictures in a minute. My niece, that's actually perfectly round. My brother's kid, my niece, she's 14. Lovely kid, but she's a bedroom dweller. And I rang him up and I said, till I get ready next week, I'm going to take her fishing. His exact words were, don't bother, bruv, she'll later. I took her fishing at Hall Farm. Look at these pictures. I think the smile said it all, didn't you? She had an awesome day. In fact, that was an awesome day's fishing. I didn't fish. I set up my little feeder rod, my trusty feeder rod I got, which I use for everything, and just concentrated on her having a good day, right? And she caught 12 carp. And my brother nearly fell off his chair. When I come home and told him, yeah, did you catch? Well, I bet you didn't hold it. Proved him wrong. That was good. Right. I'm going to make a batch of these and bring it back. But yeah, get your kids out, get them involved. You know? I know it's hard, they don't want it. What kid does now? It's so different to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, if I was indoors, it's because I was being punished. Devastation, can you remember? You're not going out, oh! You could hear all your mates outside kicking a footy and having fun, laughing. That was like the worst thing ever, like your life ended because you weren't allowed outside. Now, they're devastated if you tell them to go outside. Right, so I'm going to make a batch of these. In the meantime, I'm now going to boil a saucepan of water. Alright, so I'll bring you back. Right, let's do it from this angle. So I let it come to a boil and then I've turned it down to like simmer mode. And then we're just going to get our little boilies. And plop them in. See, I've got a square one there, look. Little square one. This one's got little pointy bits on it. That's going to catch my massive carp. Now these are only going to take a couple of minutes. Basically they should start floating. So I'll bring you back. Alright, so it's just been a couple of minutes literally. So get yourself what do they call that? Slot and spoon, or one with valves in it, whatever. Drain off the water and put them on some paper towel. Now ideally, you want to let these dry out for a minimum of 4 hours. I normally let them dry overnight. I completely leave them overnight. And what will happen is they'll form a hard skin and give that boily feel. They'll toughen up. But for video purposes, I'll just leave it for a few hours and we'll come back. In the meantime, I thought I'd show you this. I've had an idea, which normally makes most people cringe when I say that. As you know, from some of my sea fishing videos, which I'm a newbie at, I've gone from the Norfolk carp catcher to the Norfolk crab catcher. There's millions of them in my river where I live. When the summer months come on, I'll get on the beach in the pier and hopefully I can avoid them. But for now, I like fishing on the river. But I've got to get past these crabs, right? Now, I had an epiphany. I've watched hundreds and hundreds of videos, right? And what I keep seeing people do is just above the hook, they've got these like coloured beads as an extra attractant, which I've never used, but okay, that's fine. So, what I thought was, what I've got here are some proper boilies, MG baits. Look these, if you're serious about catching carp, right, go on Facebook, look up MG baits. He's a mate of mine, he's local, this is his business, and that is going from strength to strength. He now ships nationally and I think internationally now. People in America are buying this stuff. Don't take my word for it. Check out MG Baits on Facebook and just look at the pictures of what people are caught with his boilies. 20, 30, 40 pound carp. Monsters. He does dozens of different flavours. He does statics, pop-ups, wafters, you name it. He's come up with new stuff all the time. Give him a look if you're into your carp fishing. Now, I don't normally buy shop bought carp boilies, but I do like supporting local business, and he's a mate, so I've got this tub off him. These are lime green fizz pop-ups, and I've seen the carp caught on these things. So when I was sitting there last night thinking about doing this video, I thought, ooh, hang on a minute. I've threaded a couple of these on the line just above the hook. Not only are they quite a large attractant, but it should take my bait above the crabs. Sorry, I think that's just brilliance. Geniality on another level. Will it work? Probably not, but who knows? You've got to try these things. If something enters my head, I have to try it, right? But I think that is going to be awesome. And the next time I go, maybe in the next few days, on the river, I am going to use that. And if I catch, you're going to all run out and do the same thing. Market research, fishing research is what I'm doing for you guys, free of charge. Start charging for my channel now, pay-per-view. But no, I just think that, you know what, it's a good idea. I think that's a good idea, and I think it's going to work. In fact, I'm positive. Anyway, let's get back to these boilies. MG Baits, check them out on Facebook. Awesome. Alright guys, so it's been a couple of hours. So I'm going to leave them overnight, but a couple of hours is enough. Look at them. They're all firm. Awesome. When you do make these, because you're using food products, obviously they are perishable. So if you're not going to be using them in the next day or two, put them in a freezer bag, put them in the freezer, or they will go mouldy. Put them in the fridge if you're going to be using them in the next day or two, not a problem. But yeah, little ball of loveliness, all lovingly homemade. I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. maybe think about subscribing if you like listening to a Norfolk numpty rambling on. Drop us a comment if you've got anything to say, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, which will either be me sea fishing with that Einstein of an idea, or carp fishing using these boilies, going for a PB. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining me. Catch you on the next video, and until then, tight lines, calm minds. Take care.